And we are back, Ranger fans. Tough one tonight against the Carolina Hurricanes. Rangers fall 4-2. Good news, Kreider got his 50th goal. Only the fourth player in the history of the Rangers to hit that mark. So we're going to talk about the game tonight and a few other things. So let's go. All right, guys, we're back. Okay, so Tuesday night tilt. First time that Carolina's been in the Garden this year, and the game starts, and just so we get this straight. No Filipino tonight. He's still day to day, and it looks like the Rangers are being extra cautious with him. Um, no need to rush him back. Rangers have already clinched, and they're going to be really, really overly cautious with him. So he did not play. No Patrick Nemeth either. Personal reasons. So it's not great to speculate. We know he's had some issues. There's been some issues with his health, also maybe with his newborn. We'll just leave it at that. Hopefully, whatever's going on, hope for the best. So first period starts, and I thought the Rangers played a great first period. They were on their toes, and they forechecked and definitely carried the play. And I was happy with the way the game went. Petrano looked great. Actually, everybody looked pretty good. Um, Igor really wasn't tested. I think that maybe there was like one or two that were tough, but for the most part, the Rangers were solid in the first period, and you know they did have two power play chances and really didn't get anything going. I know in the second one they got a couple of shots, mostly from the outside, nothing from inside or in the slot. Credit to Carolina there. They certainly know how to uh, kill a power or kill a penalty, being number one overall. So um, we start the second, and it's a little bit, it's more of the same early on, and Zibanejad makes a nice rush up the ice. Actually, Vetrano made the pass over to Mika, and um, he kind of held on to it and slid it over Keandre, who had dropped down and was Johnny on the spot there to poke it home, and that gave the Rangers a 1-0 lead. And I think that the game kind of got a little herky jerky there, and wasn't a whole lot going on. Um, it could have been maybe the Rangers got a little complacent, but to me, I know the Carolina had a power play and the Rangers killed it, and they did it well. And then right after that, right at the end, Vetrano came out and he actually hit the post. It hit Freddie Anderson's shoulder, then hit the post. So kind of unlucky there because that would have made it 2-0, and it's probably a different ball game at that point. But so a little bit of luck was involved with the first goal by Carolina, Svechnikov. I mean, that's what you do when you're behind the net. You throw it out there, and sometimes it hits the goalie and goes in. Sometimes it goes back to the point. You just don't know. Um, but anywho, that was a little bit of bad puck luck there. But it seemed to me that the Rangers didn't do much after the second um, half of the period, and it looked like even though the Rangers got a power play and the Rangers iced it twice on the same power play, it was just an abysmal power play. And the officiating was again terrible tonight. It's both sides. I mean, they missed so many things, and they just kind of pick and choose. Like, oh, we're going to call this now, or we're going to call that now. It's just frustrating. I mean, Brendan Smith, who played for the Rangers for 4 years and played in over 300 games. I mean, he just looks like he cross checks Goudreau to the ice, and nothing's called, and it's right in front of an official standing in the corner. I just it's bizarre how these guys miss this stuff. And then there's just a lot of stuff in the third, but after two, it's 1-1. The Rangers are winning the shots on goal battle, and it's a relatively even game. I mean, if I had to say at the end of the second, I was pretty confident. Although it appeared to me that Carolina was starting to take over. Um, their penalty kill was dominant, and it's almost like they were imposing their will. And then, sure enough, beginning of third, they come out. I think there was a line change, and somebody the puck just didn't get deep. It got turned over in center ice, and next thing you know, Aho gets it. Miller cuts down his space. Aho just moves the puck really quick to a streaking Seth Jarvis. He comes in and goes top shelf with a backhand. Great play. And so it's not an. I mean, the Rangers' defense was good pretty much the whole night. They only allowed 25 shots, and Carolina could score goals, and it's just frustrating to start the period like that. It looked like they let Carolina dictate the terms, and that's just unfortunate. And then just a couple minutes later, kind of a broken play, and you know, uh, Rangers block a shot, and then the puck lands. I think it was Dylan Hunt who blocked the shot, and then it just lands right in front of Jordan Stahl, and he just turns, and I think he surprised Shesterkin, and the puck went above his glove and in the back of the net, and it's 3-1. And then there was a lot of play without a whistle, and boy, I'll tell you, I was impressed by Carolina. Again, I really thought they imposed their will, played their game, and Carolina's good. I mean, they are so ferocious on the forecheck. They give you no time or space, and um, it got down there pretty late, and then the Rangers pull the goalie, and they get lucky, and they win an offensive zone draw and get the puck to the net, and there's Chris Kreider again, and goal number 50. And congratulations to Kreider. I mean, 50 goals is such a huge accomplishment. It's so hard to do. It's only the fourth Ranger player in their history to achieve that mark, and he's got an outside chance of beating Yager for the record, which is 54. So it's Yager 54, Graves 52, Kreider 50, and Vic Hatfield 50. So congratulations to Chris Kreider. He's had an amazing year, especially at his 11th NHL season. It's just a great accomplishment. Good on him. Um, and in the end, they couldn't get set up again and control the puck, and then the puck gets chipped out, and the Hurricanes get a empty net goal 4-2. So overall, I thought the Rangers played a pretty good game. There was just a couple of times where they got hemmed in, and they looked maybe a little overwhelmed. And if I'm really really nitpicking here, I didn't think the third line was great. They had a couple of good shifts. Kako and Lafreniere and Goudreau, they were okay. I think when they're in their zone, they're not great. When they're in the offensive zone, they can do some things. Like, they can work. Kako's good along the boards. Goudreau's good along the boards. Um, it's just one of those unfortunate things. I know they were on the ice for one of the goals in the third. I'm trying to remember who was on the ice for the goal in the second period, and I can't quite recall. Um, but overall, I thought the officiating was bad. I thought the Rangers power play was bad. Kudos to Carolina's penalty kill; they were fantastic. Um, I thought Keandre Miller. I'll start with my three key guys. I thought he had a great game. I thought Miller was the best Ranger on the ice. I feel like he's just really oozing confidence, and he's got so much talent. And he had the goal, he had the first goal, and then he made a play in the third where he beat Jacob Slavin 1-on-1, and he drew a penalty, and he almost scored there. He just looks like a different player from the beginning of the season. And that's just great news heading into the playoffs. um, for Keandre Miller. I thought Frank Pachano had a really good game too. Um, he was shooting the puck. He was back checking that play in the first where he caught up to Svechnikov, and he didn't allow a shot, and then he ran one off the post, and he had several shots on goal, and he just showed good speed, and I like his shoot first mentality. And I thought Panarin was making plays too. He was really, really. It looked like he was moving at a different rate in this game. It was like, okay, it's time to show up, and he didn't have any points tonight, but he did make plays. And overall, I thought the Rangers played a pretty solid game. You knew Carolina is. I mean, they're one of the best teams in the league. So um, Rangers hung in there. I mean, that said, I don't want to see Carolina in the playoffs, but if that's who we have to play, then that's who we have to play. I just think that the Rangers' mentality going forward against a team like Carolina is just to try to get more pucks in um, at the net and maybe get lucky with Anderson, because I think the Rangers made him look a little bit better tonight, trying to maybe overpass. That's only you know really nitpicking at this point, but 4-2. I know last I checked, the Islanders and the Penguins were tied at 4, uh, with about 10 minutes to go. So I don't know what the update is on that game. Malkin is out for 4 games for that suspension. It should have been more. It was a 30 hit. He's a prior suspended player. Should have been at least 7 or 8 games, but he's a star player, so he's probably getting preferential treatment. The Capitals crushed Philly. I think it was like 9-2. So um, that's who the Rangers have tomorrow night. So let's hope the Rangers can score a few goals of their own against uh, the Flyers, who were playing a little bit better. Not that they're anywhere near the playoffs, but these teams that aren't in the playoffs, they tend to play loosey goosey, but they got handed to it tonight. So it's interesting. The Caps are right behind the Penguins, and they have 2 games in hand. So Pittsburgh might lose their third spot. So Rangers Caps, Rangers Pens. I guess we shall see. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. If you have any questions, please shoot them my way. You can follow me on Twitter at Jamie_hockey. You can always ask any questions, any comments, how I can do the show better. I have a lot of fun doing this. It's great to talk hockey with um, with hockey fans, Rangers, Caps fans, Pittsburgh fans, Islander fans, Devils fans, whoever. Um, all are welcome, and we will chit chat. Toronto Maple Leafs fans, come across you guys every once in a while in Maryland. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but once again, 4-2 final. Rangers are on the wrong end of a tough game tonight, but they played well. So we got another game tomorrow night. Rangers, Rangers and Flyers, and I believe that's a TNT game. So I believe that's a 7:30 start, if I'm not mistaken. So, like I said, guys, uh, subscribe and like to the channel, and we'll be talking to you soon. Have a great night. Take care.